So as promised, this is part 2 to the dispossessory hearing video. So the first video, just a quick recap, I'm headed down to Macon, Georgia for a dispossessory hearing. And the tenant, he calls the clerk's office the morning of the court date and says he has COVID-19. So when I get there, they pretty much say, they pretty much continue the case and postpone the case till today. Today is exactly 2 weeks from the last video, 2 weeks from the day of the last video. So I'm headed back down to Macon, and hopefully we can get some kind of resolution to this today. Because as I was saying in the first video, man, it's not good for things to be in limbo. It's got to be, you know, black or white. It can't just be in limbo, you know what I mean? Regardless of if the tenants are paying rent, especially in a multifamily property, okay? Because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, you know what I mean? And if something goes wrong, the tenant not going to take no responsibility. They going to say, oh, the landlord should have did X, Y, Z. But if the landlord don't have no recourse, if the landlord, God forbid, let's say the tenant was like making a bomb or something in the property, and we've already petitioned the court by filing the dispossessory hearing to have that tenant removed. You know, if something happens, they're going to say, well, why did this happen in this place, blah, blah, blah. They're going to want the landlord to take responsibility. But the tenant assumes no responsibility. So I know that's an extreme case, but it's just an example of, you know, why things should not be in limbo, man. It's like you either meet the terms of your lease or you don't, you know. So I'm really hoping, you know, maybe I'm biased, but I'm really hoping to get some kind of resolution today. Not to mention me having to get up at 7 o'clock to drive 2 hours down here just for them to tell me, oh, we can't come to no conclusion today. I mean, it's kind of annoying, you know what I mean? The shortcut both ways. So I'm just hoping we can get some kind of resolution today. And y'all can see I'm on the interstate right now, headed down there. Like I said, Macon is about an hour and a half to 2 hours outside of Atlanta. So I think the sign says I'm 55 miles out of Macon. So I mean, we'll see how things go today. It should be, the way these dispossessory hearings work is that pretty much they're gonna let the tenant, you know, talk first or whatever, or defend. Then they're gonna ask the landlord, you know, how much is the arrears amount. So that could include back rent, that could include late fees, that could include, you know, utilities, electric, water, sewer, solid waste, whatever. That could include what else? Those are the most common ones. Fees, legal fees, if you have an attorney represent you, court costs, you know, those are all the things you can ask the judge for in a judgment against the tenant. So you just hate for it to get to that point, but I mean, it's a necessary evil, you know, because, you know, there's a reason why affordable housing is not so affordable. You know, when a tenant is, when a landlord is losing rent for 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, you better believe when they get that property back, when they get that unit back, the rent is more than likely going to go up. It's just the way business works, right? So if you don't like it, buy your own home. You know, get a fixed rate mortgage. You pay the same. You make the same payment for 30 years. You know. So I know I sound biased right now, but like I said, man, it's a necessary evil, and we got to get this unit back, man. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you guys I'll show you guys the property in another video. But yeah, just stay tuned. Let's see how this court case goes today. Hopefully, we'll be in and out, but who knows? All right, y'all. So I just pulled up to the courthouse. See, that's the courthouse right there, or whatever. See, I didn't even dress up this time. You remember in the first video I dressed up? I didn't even dress up this time, man. I don't even respect them like that no more, because they just doing whatever they want to do. They not even really following the law. I always dress up when I go to court because y'all seen the movie My Cousin Vinny? When Joe Pesci character Vinny, he go into the courtroom and he's not dressed up, and the judge just lays into him. So ever since then, that's a classic. If y'all haven't seen that, definitely check out My Cousin Vinny. It's one of my favorites. But the judge just lays into him, and ever since then, I always dress up when I go to court. But this courtroom, man, I don't even respect them, bro. They're not even following the law. They just kind of doing whatever they want to do. So at this point, I'm gonna just wear whatever I want to wear something comfortable, because I got things to do today. So I'm gonna let y'all know how I go. So I just got out of court. And yeah, I almost got thrown in jail, like, for real. So what happened, it was pretty quick. I had to wait. There was a couple cases before mine. I was like the third case. And it was fairly quick. Like, she asked me, like, you know, what's the back rent amount? She didn't even like ask she asked me first. She didn't even ask the defendant. She just asked me, like, what's the back rent amount? What's the rent amount? How many? I said this number. She said, how many months has the tenant not paid? I said this many months. So, you know, totaled that up. She asked me, you know, late fees. She asked me utilities. But then I was like, there's an additional $200 for travel. Because I had to come out here 2 times, take off work, everything. Come out here 2 times. And she was like, I told you last time, I'm not reimbursing you for travel. It's a cost of doing business. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, attorneys, they get reimbursed. They get paid attorney's fees and stuff like that. And I ain't saying I'm no attorney or I should be treated, you know. But at the same time, it costs me money coming out here. So she's like, oh, it's a cost of doing business. I'm like, oh, all right, you know. So she was like, she said, I should hold you in contempt. And I'm just like, man, you know, whatever. It's not that serious. So then that's when she turned to the defendant, and she was just like, you know, he said he lost his job, blase, 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 blase. She didn't even ask him. If she was smart, she would have asked him, you know, are you feeling better? Are you feeling better, recovered from COVID? Didn't even ask him that, you know, that didn't even come up. But, yeah, he just, you know, he said, oh, I lost my job, blah, blah, blah. I think he said he got another job. So why you ain't paid your rent? You know what I mean? So, long story short, man, I got a judgment, you know, against the tenant. I pretty much told him, you know, if we don't get all our money within a week, you know, a writ of possession will be filed. So, like I said, it sucks that it had to come all the way to this point. I definitely didn't want to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning 2 times and drive 2 hours to come out here just for the judge to give me an attitude and all this stuff. So it sucks that it had to come this far, but, you know, this real estate game, that's why I'm showing you guys this, because so many times you guys hear about real estate and real estate investing and how, you know, how lucrative and how it can build wealth over time. And yeah, all of that is true, but y'all don't see the real. Y'all don't see the day-to-day grind it is to get to that point. So that's why I'm just kind of showing you guys and telling you guys this stuff, because nobody is going to talk about their experience going to court and set outs and dealing with tenants. I haven't really seen that. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. You know, was I too harsh? Should I be nicer? Do you think that what the judge said and did and ordered was fair? Do you think the tenant should have more time to live for free? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm very interested to get some insight. Until next time, my friends, peace.